Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Walls and Ceilings, and welcome to If Walls Could Talk. It's such an honor to have with me my good friend Don Allen, who is the Executive Director of the Steel Framing Industry Association. Don,
Yes.
It's great to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for being here and for inviting me too. It's
Absolutely.
always so exciting to be at this show and to be able to talk to the people at Walls and Ceilings.
Well, thank you so much. There's so many really cool things happening, and it's exciting. We're exciting to see you join SFIA, and there's some new things happening though. Like, what does everybody need to know?
So everybody needs to know that steel framing is still a force in the industry.
Yes.
We've got so many great tools when you see this show for putting steel framing together, for helping with the laborers putting this stuff in, that to save time, to save money on assembling with steel framing. The manufacturers are coming out with new products, new ways of doing things, and it's really helping people out. And you see the technology that is coming in the industry. A lot of the kids growing up see construction as hard labor, it's difficult, but they don't realize how high tech it is. And if you
It
saw
is, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of opportunities of things. They've got layout robots, they've got printers that print on the ground, they've got the laser stations that help with everything. They've got exoskeletons that help people do some of this heavy lifting and hard work. So really great things available out there in the industry now.
Well, we're excited to hear all about it. I know it's fun for you as the association to be able to share all that. Well, there's also a lot of things happening right now, a lot of uncertainties when it comes to labor and materials. What is SFIA doing about that? how are you guys helping?
So first of all, we're trying to become the single source for the industry. We're trying to tell the story of steel.
Yeah.
We're trying to educate the next group of carpenters, engineers, architects, all these people that it takes to understand steel framing that hasn't been taught in schools, hasn't been taught in the trades. And if those people are educated, we provide more of the education to the workforce, even through some non-traditional methods. Things like YouTube, create videos on what is steel framing, how does it go together, how do you use those screw guns, how do you get the right RPM to put those things together. And we've got some really talented folks working on that. We've got some really, Larry Williams left me a really good staff.
Oh, he's so great.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Very cool. So, well, it's great because we need to bring in that next generation of workers, and I know. So, what are you guys also involved with Skills USA?
We have been in the past. If you remember, Mary Beth Rizzuto was very integrated with Skills USA. We've been involved with NCCER, which provide curricula for construction education, and we've gotten steel framing. We've actually reviewed some of their curriculum and made sure it's up to date.
Oh, that's great.
AWCI is their Steel Doing It Right program.
Yes.
They're doing an update on that
I heard them talk about
right
that this
now.
morning. That's great.
My replacement, Don Pills, has a great experience in steel framing.
Of course.
I worked for decades at Simcoe.
Yep.
Even before that, he was a hands-on union carpenter and knows this stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of these engineers and architects don't understand what it takes to put it together, and Don does. But that Steel Doing It Right program is part of the educational outreach that we're seeing in training the next group of everyone, really, architects, engineers, framers, to put this together. And right now we're going through strategic planning at SFIA. Okay. And we're taking a look, we're trying to look from the outside in. We've talked a lot about our code compliance program, which is excellent. It makes sure that SFI material and manufacturers comply with the building codes, and that the product that you get, if it says SFIA on it, it's going to be a good product. But we're also looking at what do the other aspects of the industry, how do we better compete against wood, against concrete, against masonry? How do we make steel the choice for the general contractors, for the architects, for the specifiers? And so part of that is education. And we had a great presentation yesterday at our general session by Dan Veroni. He talked about that. We appreciate you bringing your staff there and coming and attending. We got good feedback from the industry. So a lot of people were telling us some things that we needed to do. We took some good notes. And by July, we're going to have our strategic plan out there. But education is going to be a major component of that. And we're looking at other associations, other organizations to help us out. And AWCI is one of those groups that can really help us out.
I love it. And we're so excited as well to help you spread the word as to the education that you're doing. And this is great.
Yes.
So is that kind of what's next? Like tell us real briefly, what's next?
I think the big thing that is next is because American Iron and Steel Institute, AISI, is no longer in the code advocacy and code development process, and we've taken on a lot of that. We haven't taken on everything, but we've taken on the part that has to do with framing, the steel studs. So one really neat thing is AWCI S100, the code document that covers all cold form steel. So not just framing, but metal deck and metal siding and all these other structural elements. That is going to AISC, the structural steel folks. And the nice thing about that is when they teach steel in engineering schools and architecture schools and they're learning that code, it's going to include cold form steel. So it's nice. Great. They're not just learning the thick stuff, they're learning the thin stuff. The other thing is we are taking on the role of code advocacy. And that's one of the issues. If we're going to be competitive against these other materials, wood, mass timber, that mass timber has done such a good job of training architects, talking about what their products can do. They even have some papers out there about using mass timber floors on top of cold form steel framing, load-bearing framing.
Oh, that's great.
And that it's something that people need to know about. What are the issues? What are the problems? But when you're looking at non-combustible systems, nothing beats steel. You can put a metal deck and concrete on it, you can put cold form joist on it, but really that non-combustibility, especially in high density areas, we're trying to get the word out. We're trying to get that more, not only into the international building code, the residential codes, the local codes, even some city areas. We're trying to get laws passed that require non-combustible framing. There have been so many tragic fires across the country, and even the ones the ones out in California, the ones in Hawaii, and we're trying to work with those local organizations and let them know we provide a solution. I've been in touch with the Metal Roofing Alliance, other people that are involved in those industries, and we're trying to partner with that. And that's part of our strategic planning. What strategic partners do we need to make? We already partner very well with AWCI, but Metal Roofing Alliance didn't know who we are until I reached out to them.
Oh, so that's great.
We're trying to get a
MetalCon will be something we'll be excited to see for sure.
That's going to be in Las Vegas in October. So we're looking forward to that, and they might be building a steel frame house this year.
They will be for sure, right?
They will be.
If you're coming, then we're going to make sure we help you make sure that we see that happen.
Good.
Well, Don, this is really great. Thank you so much about all the things that you guys are doing to help educate the industry, and we'll be working right alongside with you to help as we continue on to help make sure everybody knows about SFIA and what you guys are doing.
Jill, thank you very much.
Really
we appreciate all you do, all the articles, all the online information, the videos. It really does help get the word out.
That's great. Well, if anybody has any questions, how do they join? Because that's most important. You need some membership here. So tell everybody, where do they go to?
No, we take members at all levels. In the past, it was just the manufacturers. Now we're reaching out to everybody from the steel mills down to the contractors. All that information is on our website at steelframing.org. Or if you just want some information about the industry, you want to know, how can I get involved in steel? How can I buy steel? What are some of the tips that I need? BuildSteel.org is a great area where we sponsor that. Or let's say that you've been doing steel for a long time and you've got a story to tell. You've got a case study. You've got something where you say, hey, my product was less expensive than wood, or made more sense, or we needed to go non-combustible. This is how we did it. BuildSteel.org is where you can share your story or read about people that have shared their stories.
I love it.
And of course, Walls and Ceilings Magazine, great place to go as well.
Oh, that's great. Absolutely. Well, we love to cover those stories, and I know we're all it's whatever we can do to help give exposure to it as well, which is what we love to do.
Thank you.
Well, thanks again, Don, and thanks for joining me for sure. And if anybody has any questions for us, it is WCOnline.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content. Number one, make sure you sign up for our e-newsletters, sign up for our e-magazine, follow us on all our social media channels so you can stay up to date and all the great content we're putting together, especially videos like we are today with Don. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Thanks again, Jill. Take care.